Today we are going to be painting up the legendary David Stirling, otherwise known as the Phantom Major. Now this miniature that we're going to be looking at is part of Warlord Games Soldier of Fortune range, and it is in the 28mm form. So you can find this at Warlord Games website, or you could have found it because it's currently not available, but it might be in the future. They do have some other SAS figures. But this was part of the Soldier of Fortune range, which is just a special figure that gets released monthly. So just keep an eye on that in case it comes back out, or if they decide to release it full time. So once you've got your special figure, you want to try and give it a prime of Tamiya Surface Primer Light Grey if you've got that, or something similar. And then for the jacket that the Phantom Major is wearing, I'm going to go ahead and paint that in English uniform. So it's a jacket, almost looks like a greatcoat. Obviously, the desert can be very cold at night, but it can obviously be extremely hot during the day. So obviously, I'm assuming this was either sort of an at-night pose or in the middle of winter, because I wouldn't be wearing a jacket. Once we've got that jacket on and painted, we're going to be painting his trousers in old wood. So that's going to be sort of applicable colour for an 8th Army uniform, the base colour for the shirt and shorts or trousers, whatever you're going for. But obviously for his trousers, I'm going to be painting old wood for that one. Once we've got that down, we can then paint his scarf in khaki. So that old wood was also used for part of his uniform that was just coming out of the jacket. And then we're also going to be using that khaki for the straps on his jacket, or the little tabs, buttons that hold the two bits of it together, as well as his Thompson strap. Once we've got that down, he's wearing some brown boots. So we're going to use German camo, medium brown, to get those boots painted up nicely. Now I have changed the angles of which I film and edit very minutely, as this angle probably isn't the best. I've sort of gone straight down now, so you'll see that in future videos. I'm going to try and improve that as we go. And then once we've got that down, there is also on his hat a strap that goes across the top, which we're going to be painting in that medium brown. And once we've got that down, we're going to be painting his Thompson in black grey, as well as most of his flare gun that he's firing, or in the process of firing. Obviously Thompson has also a wooden foregrip, as well as a pistol grip, and the actual butt is wooden, so you're going to have to allow for that. You don't want to be painting the whole Thompson in black grey. Just take your time when you're painting any of these, because the lower amount of cleanup required is obviously a lot more beneficial for when you're painting, and it can also make your figure just look a little bit better. Now the actual pistol grip of the flare leave in that light grey colour. We're going to paint that later on. Then obviously, as I mentioned, the wooden parts of the Thompson we're going to be painting in flat earth. Now if you're unfamiliar with these sorts of guns, all you have to do is type them in on Google and you'll be able to find out pretty quickly what parts of the guns were wooden and which parts were metal. I normally struggle with different types of rifles, so I'm always Googling where the metal on the rifle was easily seen. And then for the SAS logo on his hat, I'm going to be using black, just to paint the initial base colour. I mean, it was literally just black and like a dark blue or white. White, I believe, or a bit of red in there, but you literally just have to paint it black and white for this scale. As you can see, I've also painted the pistol grip on the flare in black. Once that's done, we're going to be using the fantastic Battlefield Accessories paint holster. I've got it around the wrong way, but you can see it's also custom marked for painting Panzers, which is just absolutely awesome. They sent that out to me, which is great. Once we've got the wash in that paint holder, we can then use the normal and technical medium at a 1:1 ratio. Just getting it all over there. Now if you do want to access or get your hands on one of these paint pot holders. They're obviously for Citadel washes primarily. All you have to do is go to the Battlefield accessories page, go to their tabletop ready houses or like terrain, purchase something, then type in the search bar painting panzers. So add it to your cart, go to painting panzers in the search bar, you can find the holder there, add that to cart. So you can see you're going to get a custom painting panzers holder. You add that to cart, and then when you get to the checkout screen, all you have to do is go down to where it says coupon codes, and then just type in painting panzers, all in lowercase, and obviously no spaces. Hit apply, and you will get that holder for free. So that's an awesome thing to do. So if you do want to get one of those holders, they come in very handy because I've spilled multiple of those Citadel washes. I'll definitely recommend it. Now back to the video, we're going to be using English uniform to start painting the first layer of his jacket. So you can see that that black's really darkened that base color down. So now it's all about bringing it back to life and getting it brighter and making some of those real sharp sort of lines and that pop, which is what we're going to be doing now. You can see that this English uniform is really bright and it's really starting to stick out, and it does look very, very nice once we've got that first base colour down. Now whilst that's drying, I'm going to be using old wood for his trousers, and I'm just going to be painting the first layer on there as well. Plenty of detail in this figure. It's a lovely, lovely sculpted figure, so huge hats off goes to the sculptor on this one. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah, done a lovely job, and it paints up an absolute treat. So those Soldier of Fortune miniatures do range from metal to resin, I believe. This figure was obviously metal. And then for the next layer, I'm using English uniform and khaki grey, and this is just really going to start to make those really sharp lines pop. So you can see that I'm focusing on those sharper areas, and then I'm sort of letting it blend in to the flatter surfaces on that jacket. See, and I'm using that scratching method. The scratching method works absolutely lovely because it controls the amount of paint that you're putting on. You're not putting a huge blob down and going, oh my god, I've made a huge mistake. So then there we go. That's what the sort of thing you're going to be looking for with that. But then you can take it one step further. So that was our second layer. Now we're going to go with a highlight. So this is the final part of this. Obviously, being the jacket, it's the biggest part on him. So you really want to take a lot of time to make this stand out. And this is where the eye is going to be drawn to. So if you can take your time painting all the details into this, then it's going to really make your figure look great. So you can see that I'm really focusing on just those raised areas. Obviously I've also given his hat a go because that was also painted in English uniform. You can see what I've done there to simulate the bulge in the hat. Now we've got that jacket done and hat, we can go ahead and give the trousers a layer of old wood and stone grey at a 1:1 ratio. Now this is actually going to be the final highlight. So we've put the old wood down, now we're just giving it a highlight, and we're picking out those real raised areas, all the creases that are sticking out in those trousers. You can see it just brings those trousers to life really nicely. And it's just a very minute bit of paint on the edge of my brush, and I'm just working it in slowly. Now we can highlight the metal of the Thompson and the flare gun. So I'm using black grey again, and obviously it just is pretty self-explanatory what I'm doing here. I'm adding in all the details on the Thompson, which there are plenty of details on there to paint. So you just slowly build up that colour. Obviously you could give this a bit of a dry brush in silver if you wanted to, but most weapons aren't really metallic. They're actually more of a dark grey sort of colour, and this is what I'm trying to focus on here. And then to highlight that weapon, I'm using black grey and basalt grey at a 1:1 ratio. Now you could take this another step further, which we don't see in this video, is you could put this down as a layer and then highlight it with basalt grey afterwards, but that's just, you know, it could be overkill. So I'm using just this recipe of the basalt grey and dark grey at a 1:1 ratio as my final highlight. And you can see that I'm just adding in nice little lines on the very edge of each side of the magazine, on the iron sights, on the Thompson, etc. Then for the wood, I'm going to use flat earth, and I'm literally just painting it on here like in little lines, because this is going to try and simulate wood grains. Some people do some amazing wood grains. Mine's a very basic method, but it's quick and it gets it done quickly. Obviously, if you're painting hundreds of these, or even a platoon worth or whatever, you're not going to be doing like the amazing wood grains. I mean, you might do, but you're just going to be there for hours, and I already feel like I'm here for a long time. Anyway, we've missed this part, but flat earth and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio, and I'm just giving it a nice little a few little lines here and there, again to simulate those wood grains. Orange brown is just going to make that flat earth really pop, and you can see that that wood is just starting to stick out a lot more, which is what I'm trying to go for, obviously. And then finally, it's just that orange brown. I'm just adding in little lines, very few lines, just making that just really stand out just a little bit more. You don't want to put on too much where it's going to really stick out and it's just going to look unreal. It's just going to look like an orange blob for the wood. Just adding little tiny wood grains. If you feel like you've added a bit too much, quickly put a bit of water on the edge of your brush and try and wipe it away. Then for that scarf, we can go ahead and hit it with some khaki. So it's a bit hard to see in this shot and the way that my camera's angled, which I will address in future videos. I do apologise. I also got a holder that you'll see in future videos. But you can see that I'm just trying to add little details, as well as those little connecting straps on his jacket. You see those really start to stick out a bit more. And then we use khaki and stone grey at a 2:1 ratio. You can also go 1:1, doesn't really matter here. Just to really make those khaki aspects pop. That stone grey is very light, so it's going to make that khaki pop a lot more. And you can see that those little connectors are really starting to pop and definitely make the difference. And then we've hit the tie as well as the sling for the Thompson, just adding in little lines on each side of the sling just to show that it's sort of bent in on itself. And then for the shoes, we use that German camo medium brown. This is probably one of my favourite browns to use for like leather and boots and stuff. Just a lovely colour to use for all of this kind of job. So I'm a frequent user of that. You will get to this stage where you just use the same paints all the time. And don't forget that little strap on his hat as well. And then to highlight that leather on the strap, we use German camo medium brown and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio. You don't have to worry about his shoes because you're going to weather them with dust and sand and stuff, which is obviously not going to be brown by the time you've walked like 1 meter in the deserts. Now this was just overkill because a black wash over black's really not going to do much, but I just thought, you know what, for the sake of it, I'm just going to add a little bit more black on the pistol, on the flare gun. And then you want to focus the details on the SAS emblem. So literally a line straight down the middle vertically, and then add in like 2 little wings on each side, and then a horizontal line right at the sort of bottom of that vertical line, and then you should be pretty sweet. Once you've got that, just take your time. You should have something that looks similar to that. I mean, it's not the best, but it'll do. It looks relatively good, I think. And there we go, we have got David Stirling in 28mm form from Warlord Games. So huge thank you goes out to the team at Warlord for sending out this sample. Hopefully this painting tutorial will be applicable for those of you that are painting 8th Army miniatures, LRDG or SAS, all of which can be found at Warlord Games. Huge thank you goes out to my Patreons and YouTube channel members. You guys are absolutely awesome. Huge shout out goes out to the 2 legends, Oscar and Patrick, for being Panzer Aces. You guys are just awesome. Let me know below what you want to see in 28mm form next, and I will catch you at the next one.